NYPD is looking for the guy. Somebody's radicalizing our students, says Deputy Commissioner. Uh-oh. I don't know who could it be. Who could be radicalizing these? This TikTok. So on Tic-Tac, I don't even Tic-Tac-Toe. I don't fuck with that. So it's not me. Promise.
And, you know, Chief Shell's going to talk about some of the literature and the leaflets that we found at both of these sites. One being here at the new school, the other one being at the NYU. I just want to say, and I said it before, there is somebody behind this movement. There is some organization behind this movement. The level of organization that we're seeing in both of these encampments here and at Columbia.
Gotta be someone else, right? I mean, yeah, no, there's, I don't know, there's guys out there that say a lot of stuff. And I think that, yeah, I don't know. I love Israel. As you guys know, I'm Israel Chai, okay? You know this. I know this. We know this. We love Israel. I've been watching the TikTok compilations of the Israeli Defense Force terrorizing the West Bank Palestinians, and I'm always thinking to myself, that's so sick. They call me the son of Israel. You know, the son of Hamas. I'm the son of Israel. I'm the son of Benjamin Netanyahu. I'm such a fan.
Leaflets on how to protest. Leaflets on how to commit civil disobedience. Leaflets on what to do when you get arrested. Leaflets on what to say to the police when they ask you. There is somebody funding this. There is somebody radicalizing our students.
They're so mad that these kids are actually doing too good of a job. They're too organized. They're doing too good of a job. And these motherfuckers are just bent. They're so goddamn bent that they can't just like use their regular tactics of disruption, use the regular propaganda. They're mad at fucking leaflets, bro.
So this is a piece of literature amongst many that was we recovered from NYU, and this is, like I said, one of many, but I just want to read this to you.
Can you hold it up, please?
Yep. It says, occupy the occupiers. Enter the temporary autonomous zone from New York to Gaza and across Turtle Island.
Occupy the occupiers, they're saying. This is violent rhetoric, violent language. Let me tell you something. I apologize for the words I'm about to read. Let me tell you, it's a trigger warning, as the queer kids say, right? Trigger warning. All right? Words of violence. Silence in this moment is complicity, if you know what I'm fucking saying. I'm about to read something that's, what are the kids calling it? A fucking microaggression, right? This Italiaphobia will not fucking stand, dude.
Disrupt, reclaim, destroy. Zionist business interests everywhere. Death to Israel real estate. Death to America on school. Long live the Intifada. So this
right? Think about how violent that is, right? They're using Arabic words over here. Intifada. I thought this was post 9/11 America. You guys know about this fucking place over here? They call them halal guys. They're doing chicken and rice and it's delicious. But they have the audacity to use Arabic words, brother.
Yeah, the two colleges presidents in writing requested what they needed, what they wanted. And I wouldn't call it a raid. I would call it just a removal of kids who were trespassing.
Yeah, it's not a fucking raid, all right? Yeah, we fired one fucking gun. You know how fucking good that is statistically speaking? You use live ammunition one fucking time. All of a sudden, everyone's like, hey, you're doing a fucking raid over here. Listen. It's called negligent discharge, which is what my asshole was doing last night after I had the halal guys. You know how much it hurt my butthole? These guys are doing Islamic terrorism to my ass. I didn't know. I thought the red sauce was just like Frank's Red Hot, right? Turns out that shit is spicy. It was spicy going in, but let me tell you how spicy it was coming out over here.
That's what I would call it. Okay.
And you know what? Let me just add, if you go on my social media page, this is very important. I took a picture of this.
My social media page. I love this cop. This is my favorite.
Lessons on taking over a school. Can you believe that? Lessons on how to take over a school at NYU. Tell me that somebody's not radicalizing our students.
This guy's awesome. I love him, dude. He's like, guys, look at this pamphlet. They're talking about taking over a school. It's so scary. Can you believe it?
Lessons on taking over a school. 1, out of the quad. 2, if you build, they will come. 4, listen to the organizers. 5, be prepared. 6, read the pamphlets.
Isn't that funny that like the scary thing that he's mentioning is basically talking about like, you know, momentum. Like how do you build momentum at school and grow your protest? And it literally is valid. Like not a single part of that was actually scary or fucked up or wrong. So I like that this is the greatest level of propaganda that they can conduct. The amount of resilience and the organizational capabilities of these students is so phenomenal. It's actually so phenomenal that they can't even find a single thing. Like I'm shocked. Obviously, under normal circumstances, especially as someone who has like covered this kind of stuff, covered like any kind of protest that threatens the existing hierarchies, there's always a guy who says something that is offhanded, you know what I mean? Off-colored remark. You'll always have like during the Black Lives Matter protests, you have people that would say like anti-white stuff or whatever, and everyone would get so scared. Oh my God. And the sensitivity demonstrated by obviously reactionary media that only gets woke, quote unquote woke, when it comes to things that actually threaten power was always frustrating to deal with. But like in this circumstance, there is no thing that you can actually point to. But make no mistake, even if there were, I would still be defending these protests. I just want everybody to understand, like, because maybe some of you think that you know, these are defensible acts of emancipatory protest only because they follow the law and yet they still get brutalized. No, it is not because of their perfect victimhood that I am in defense of these students. It's actually shocking to me that they are able to be perfect victims in this circumstance, and yet the media still fucking lies about them. The professors who aren't history professors are literally leading NYPD intelligence agencies in Tel Aviv. Oh yeah, I saw this. The NYPD crackdown on Columbia University students was led by a member of the school's faculty. Rebecca Weiner is a Columbia professor who leads the NYPD Intel division that maintains an office in Tel Aviv. Weiner said the student rhetoric necessitated a violent raid. Like in a truly just world, that person would lose their job for demanding a violent retaliation and a violent, like unimaginably violent escalation for the state against her own fucking students. But of course, we do not live in a just world. Yeah, I saw this Franklin Leonard post. It's not weird to anyone else that this Israeli special ops vet was coordinating with police last night during the raid of the UCLA encampment. This guy, Aaron Cohen official, ran a quiet infiltration operation into the UCLA encampment. And now down here, why is he wearing a fucking keffiyeh too? Down here with LASD, who's staging now and preparing to make entry onto to begin taking down the pro-terror anti-Semitic encampment. Also had a good chat and deep dive with Dr. Phil, who came down for a debrief, which I'll share soon. Why is a counterterrorism expert who's an Israeli special operations veteran collaborating and doing infiltration? That's very odd. It's a very odd thing to me, at least. It's like
Aaron Cohen here, counterterrorism analyst, law enforcement instructor. I'm down here at UCLA right now, and have the opportunity to spend a minute here with LASD, some of my associates. And I just want to take a minute right now to make it very clear that these guys here, this is one of the finest, this is the largest sheriff's office in the country right here. Special Enforcement Bureau, their SWAT team. You got
they're freaks, dude. They're literally gangsters. What do you mean?
SRT down here. You've got some search and rescue elements. These are some of the finest trained individuals, not just in the city of Los Angeles.
That's right, guys. I tactically ascertained that the 18-year-old queer anthropology students were actually saying things that hurt my feelings as an Israeli Special Forces vet. They kept saying, I've killed babies. Little do they know that the babies I killed were terror babies, babies of terror. And therefore, obviously, the babies were tactically dealt with by my hands and perfectly were valid, confirmed kills. I engaged in an ocular pat down to maintain the safety and security of these beautiful hot dog dipshits behind me. Okay, as you can see, they are many people are saying that they're fat and out of shape and calling them pigs, which I have decided is also violent rhetoric.
But in the country, sheriff's office around the country, they follow LA County Sheriff. You can see behind me, there's a little bit of staging going on. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty of the staging just to keep everything.
From Shawnee Witch, I'm one of the facilitators for CU Denver's discussions the coming weeks between students, staff, and faculty. I'm staff at CU, and I want to make sure that I want to make the best of this vague discussion format to ensure pressure on admin is maintained. Any thoughts or advice? Yeah, the thoughts and advice that I will give you right now is to subscribe for $5 or free with a Twitch Prime, but I'll give you a real answer in a second. Hold on. Let me run the top of the hour ad break because this guy cooked me. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe. For $5 or for free, he's an actor known for John Wick Chapter 2, Haywire, Rambo, Last Blood. He probably is a lot of these dudes will then turn around. Here's you taking 5 minutes off right now. Bait comment deserves more than a 5 minutes off, but I'm being gracious today. I'm being nice. Why don't you help the Palestinians by going to Palestine and protesting Hamas? That's sick, bro. Yes, you're right. I think that instead of protesting the American government that is like allowing Israel, giving Israel all the weapons to kill the Palestinian children, I should go to Gaza and get executed by the very same weapons that my tax dollars paid for. You're right. That seems like a really good way to deal with this. You're right. Hey, why don't you go, excuse me, you said you don't like murder. How about you go get murdered right now? I'm good, man. Thank you for the suggestion, though. That seems very helpful, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and not do that.
So I just want to take a minute, let you guys know, down here with LASD.
That was embarrassing.
You know, everybody here is ready to do whatever needs to be done to get this situation diffused safely and with the highest degree of selectivity. But again, LASD, this is the biggest sheriff's agency in the country, some of the finest deputies that I've worked with. And their capabilities, their tactics are incredible for, you know, diffusing a situation like this that's happening on campus. Just want to say it's really important right now to support law enforcement. You know, these are the peacemakers out here, and these are the guys who are going to be risking their life to go in and
peacemakers.
Not only pull those protesters out and protect the.
Yeah, peacemakers, bro. It was so goddamn peaceful. So goddamn peaceful. They so peacefully shot students in the face with rubber bullets and tear gassed them and violently apprehended them for the crime of singing and the crime of having a encampment, for the crime of saying, Israel, not so great. Okay, we need to dial it back a little bit with our unconditional support for Israel. And they were like, nope, you're gonna die now. We're gonna kill you. Sorry.
Students, but we'll want to make sure these guys get home safely also. So yeah. Down here at UCLA.
We got to make sure these guys get home safe. What are you saying, brother? What are you fucking saying? The mind of a cop, dude. I swear to God. The English major sophomore is going to fucking kill the cop. You're right. Grave danger. Bitch, we know there's no grave fucking danger there. If there was, you wouldn't actually be assaulting these students. You'd be sitting around playing Candy Crush in the fucking background waiting. That's what happens when there's real fucking danger. You're the danger in the situation.
Hey, stand by. I'm going to bring you guys some more.
Just don't use their IP. The LA Police Foundation sent a cease and desist letter to the sellers of the shirt that said, fuck the LAPD. The foundation said it holds the exclusive IP rights to the word LAPD. The seller's response was succinct. Lol, no. You gotta admit, having a cop brain for one day would be so fun. Yeah, I mean, I think it's like the same as doing so many drugs that your brain is fried, you know what I mean? It's basically like being drunk for the day. You're just like permanently concussed. The only issue is that when you're that level of a reactionary freak, you are genuinely terrified of everything. You know what I mean? Tacos or hot dogs? Is that even a argument? What do you mean? It's tacos all the way. That's insane. You could have just said like tacos or hamburgers or something so we could stand a chance. When you say hot dogs, it's like there's nothing there. That's not even a question, big dog. Come on. I don't know anyone who would actually choose hot dogs in that situation. Film the Police LA went on Spectrum News.
Frequently documents protests and police activity in our area. Political anchor Alex Cohen had a chance to speak with him and hear his perspective on what happened last night.
Among the people who were on the UCLA campus late last night was videographer William Good, who goes by the handle Film the Police LA on social media. He told me that at first he thought some of the folks trying to dismantle the encampment were actually police officers, but then quickly realized that was not the case.
When I saw them, I thought they were a police riot squad. It was dark out, so I could only really see silhouettes, but I noticed that they were fully covered, including their faces. And like I said, these weren't COVID masks. These were full Halloween type masks covering their face. And then they decided that they were going to rush the encampment, and they sure did. I gotta say, I probably saw 200 assaults last night. 200, and easily 200. Yeah, at the same time, we're watching fireworks exploding in the camp. I spent half the night with my eyes running from the bear spray. Seeing an old lady, an elderly lady, assaulted, having a bottle thrown at her. You know.
Do you think that there's a difference in between the face coverings and how they're being used between the two sides you saw last night?
I think that both sides are covering their faces to hide their identities. I think they're for different reasons, though. I think that the pro-Palestinians who are hiding their faces are worried about being doxxed. And I have video recording after recording of people saying we're going to make sure that you...
I beef with him? No, he's a good dude overall, and he does a lot of really great work, including against this the Church of Scientology. He's just a little wild, you know, and you need that kind of crazy. That's it.
Lose your jobs. We're going to make sure you get kicked out of school. We're going to make sure you never get a job again. So they're operating under that sort of assumption. Whereas the other side last night, who came in full masks, who had been telling the pro-Palestinian protesters to take off their masks, but yet they came fully masked up while calling the pro...
Bro, I swear to God, we have 27,000 people in the chat. We did a poll, hot dogs or tacos, and it literally got 700 votes. When I'm gaming later in the day, we have like 15,000 chatters, and there's like 8,000 votes. What is going on? Leftists don't like to vote. Gamers, on the other hand, do. What's that about? I swear to God, bro, it doesn't make any sense.
Pro-Palestinian supporters, terrorists, yet they came looking like they were dressed like ISIS, as they were terrorizing that encampment.
Good says he will continue to show up on the campus and document what he sees transpire there.
Most of us are listening at work. Fair. That's true. Gamers don't have jobs. We know that already. Bernie Sanders posted a video talking about the protests. Yeah, I saw. You know what? Let's start with Bernie. He had some good takes on this issue. Okay. I suspect he'll have some good takes on this issue, regardless of the fact that we are currently in a post-October 7th situation with Bernie Sanders. Let's see what he had to say.
Well, here it goes. I support the First Amendment of the United States Constitution.
Don't say it, Bernie. That's anti-Semitic, dude. Chill. Bernie, stop. Don't do it, Bernie.
What it says, quote, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances, end of quote. Let us be clear. Protests and demonstrations have played an enormously important and positive role in modern American history. Without protests led by Dr. King and others, we would not have made progress in eliminating segregation in America and combating racism. Without protests, women in America would still be second-class citizens.
Yeah, but like, they shouldn't have been disruptive. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's like women want to be able to vote, but it's like, why are they being so disruptive? Like, I'm in support of women being able to vote, but like, don't be so disruptive about it. You know what I mean? Like, dissent is fine as long as it doesn't cause disorder. Same with the civil rights movement. It's like, I agree with black people. Sure, they should be able to drink from the same water fountain as white people, and, you know, desegregate this schools and create a racial jungle, I guess, in the words that Joe Brandon used at the time. But like, don't be disruptive. Why are you being disruptive? Don't be disruptive, right? Like, that's what I care about the most, I think. The disruption. Like, black people should be sitting at home, protesting from home, not going to bus stations and engaging in like boycotts and engaging in sit-ins at a restaurant.
Unable to control their own bodies or have equal opportunities in the workforce. Without protests, many of our gay brothers and sisters would still be hiding their sexual identity. Today, on college campuses all over this country, students are exercising their constitutional right to protest. They are standing in opposition to American policy, which is providing billions of dollars for Netanyahu's right-wing extremist Israeli government's war against the Palestinian people. A war which has already killed 33,000 Palestinians and injured 77,000 more 2/3 of whom are women and children. A war which has destroyed or damaged more than half of the housing in Gaza. A war which has essentially annihilated the healthcare system in Gaza. A war which has done incredible damage to the civilian infrastructure in Gaza, electricity, clean water, and sewage. A war which has bombed every one of the 13 universities in Gaza and left hundreds of thousands of children without schooling. In my view, demonstrations must...
I mean, I wouldn't call it a war, Bernardo, but, you know, I'd call it a genocide, but, you know, otherwise copied their flow.
Hey, listen, I agree with the protesters as much as the next guy, but they shouldn't be disorderly about... Of course, Black Lives Matter, but property damage? That is too...
You think this is the first time I've made this joke? Like, you think, like, I saw this video and that's where I arrived at the you know, you shouldn't be disruptive? Guys, I've been making this same exact joke, like that exact same joke with the exact same terms in the exact same sarcastic tone for the past 10 years. You might be new here, but it's like definitely one of the fundamental principles that I believe in and defend. You know, much love to the Zoomer TikTokers and stuff like that, but come on now. That's why you can see it in my videos from like 10 years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago. Convo with Hazel Wen.